So now we're going to get in there and do the sort of story sums that you get that go with Venn diagrams. Okay, you see all the Watobians are right behind you, Monica. We are cheering you on as we go. Right, so as per usual, when you are done reading the question, today we are going to start off using our brain emoji. So when you are done reading, post your brain so that I know that your brain has started working and that you are thinking and that you've read the question. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. That was really quick, guys. I don't know. Hey, Miss Coco, these Watobians are reading so fast. Yancy, I'm really glad you said I can't find my brain and then emoji after that, because if you said I can't find my brain, I'd be really worried. Okay, looks like everyone's done reading. Now, let's get to it. In a survey conducted, 80 people, so make sure that when you get a question like this, you start, you're probably going to have to read it more than once, okay? And then highlight the important parts. 80 were asked whether they preferred brown or white chocolates. And then 20 people did not like chocolates. 36 like white chocolate, and 50 people like brown chocolate. Okay. So we've got two kinds of chocolate, brown or white. 80 people were interviewed about this and asked about this. And now we've got 20 who do not like chocolates at all. I don't know who these people are and why they don't like chocolate. I don't know anyone who doesn't like chocolate, but anyway, 36 like white chocolate and 50 people like brown chocolate. Oh, Monica doesn't like chocolate. Okay. So we're going to start off by doing a Venn diagram. See, oh, what is that face? I don't understand. Okay, so is there recording on interpretation of graphs? I'm sure there is. Are you shocked at the question or shocked at people not liking chocolate? But back to the problem, guys. So Ntandukasi, well done. You made the first important observation is they don't add up to 80. That's right. 20, 56, 50, that does not add up to 80. So what does that mean for a Venn diagram if the numbers do not add up to the actual sample space? What does that mean? Does anyone know? For those of you who have done Venn diagrams in school, what does that mean? Okay, so if you don't know, if you're not sure, there are people who like both. Excellent. There is an intersection. Nice. Good job, guys. That's it. There is an intersection. Okay. So let's start drawing our Venn diagram. Okay. We've got two things, two events, and that is white chocolate and brown chocolate. So I would like for you to try drawing this Venn diagram. Give it a quick go on your own. That's right. They're not mutually exclusive. Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Try and draw this Venn diagram on your own. And let's make this brown chocolate, white chocolate. There's intersection. By how much? Okay. I'm going to leave you alone. I'm not going to say anything for about a minute. Let's see what you do. Dora. Okay, so the 20 people who do not like chocolate, where are we going to put that number? Pop it in the chat if you know. The 20 people who do not like chocolate. Outside the circles. There we go. Outside the circles. Nice. Now, what is the problem here that we are facing? Do we know how many people like brown chocolate and white chocolate? We like both. We know how many like each of those, but we do not know how many like both. So where the intersection is, we do not know how many there are. Yes, Monica. Monica, your hand is up. Monica, you can speak. Okay, I'm not sure why Monica isn't answering, but if we don't know what that is, what are we going to do? We are going to make that equal to x. Since we don't know what it is, we make it equal to x. That's right, Kamba. Oh, you're not unmuting. Okay, never mind. Let's carry on. So if that is x, then how many people, and put it in the chat if you know, in terms of x, how many people like brown chocolates only? Only brown chocolate. Some of them like both, guys. Someone said 50 minus x. Who was that? Oricanoso and Boitamelo, that is right. It is 50 minus x. Why is it 50 minus x? Because some people, of those who like the brown chocolate, and this is why your numbers do not add up to 80, of the 50 who like brown chocolate, some of them, X number of them, like both. So those who only like brown chocolate, we take the 50 and subtract from it that overlap. Okay. That gives us the number of people who only like brown chocolate. So then the number of people in terms of X who only like white chocolate, what would that be? That's right, 36 minus X. Okay, and now we're going to solve for X. How are we going to solve for X? We are going to make an equation. We're going to say that the 20 people who do not like chocolate plus those who only like brown chocolate plus those who like both black and white chocolate plus the 36 minus X, the ones who only like white chocolate, we're going to put that equal to 80 because there are 80 people in my sample. And we're going to solve for X that way. Okay, this is an equation that I think you can all solve. Do that now. And as soon as you have your answer, pop it in the chat. That was really quick, Ria. Just double check your answer. Okay. So it seems like everyone's doing this really quickly. I don't know how, but anyway, 20 plus 50 is 70 plus the 36 is 106. Yeah. And then the minus x plus x, that's no x, minus an x is 80. And then we take the 106, we subtract it on both sides, and we get negative 26, which we then divide by a negative, and we get x is 26. Okay, so have a look over that, and now fill into your Venn diagram the numbers. Okay, so for those who only like brown chocolate, we're going to go 50 minus 26. That gives me 24. 26 is the overlap. 36 minus 26 gives me 10. Yeah. Only white chocolate is 10. And now our last check is to double check that this all adds up to 80. So double check your numbers, see if it adds up to 80. That's how you know you did it right. Do we all get 80? Does the 20 plus the 24 plus the 26 plus the 10? Yeah. Okay. It does. Well done. Okay, Boniwe, you want to ask? You say you want to ask. What do you want to ask? Nokobunga, you can have a look over here. We solved the equation. We added everything together and made it equal to 80. And then we solved for x, and that was 26. Yeah, just raise your hand, Boniwe, and then you can unmute yourself. Everyone else, you can start working on the probability so long, because we've only done the part where we're actually doing the Venn diagram. The next part is these questions here. Let me just put the numbers back in. They got cut off. 1, 2, and 3. You can start working on those. I'm going to give you a minute. Don't put answers in yet. I'll call for answers, and then we'll check. Boniwe, just unmute yourself and start speaking. If you can't find your emoji, your hand.
Ma'am?
Yes.
What I did was I added 20 plus 36 plus 50, which gave me 106. And then I subtracted it by 80 and I got my 26. So I wanted to ask if that's also another way to do it, or I should do it in that way.
This is probably the best way, because that way doesn't always work. Okay.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Learn this way, especially when we are going to do the next part where we have 3 events, so 3 circles in the Venn diagram. It's better to know this way. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Always show all your working, grade 10s. So Uriko Nisa, always show all of your working. At this stage, when you're now doing senior maths, grade 10, 11, 12, don't just write answers only. Do all working out. Okay, right. Let's see. The probability, and before we post answers, I just want to remind you, grade 10s, that you need to post your probabilities as simplified fractions. Okay, so get ready to post them, but make sure on Tuesday we were still reminding you about simplified fractions. Today, we expect everyone to have simplified fractions. Okay, so when you post your answers now, make sure you got that. Okay, so what is the answer for the first one? Ms. Coco, could you maybe just assist there about that question, how you get 24 and 10? So the probability of white chocolate and black chocolate, so that is 26, and I'm just going to do it over here, 26 over 80, which we then simplify. 26 over 80 is 13 over 40. Oops. Okay, remember the total sample is 80. So I'm not sure how people are getting the 17, but it should be over 80. Yeah, 13 over 40. Right. Then question 2. The probability of liking white chocolate only white chocolate. Come, some more answers, guys. We are about 90 strong in this class. There should be about 90 answers flowing in. That's it. 1 over 8, I see. 1 over 8. Okay, and how do we get that? We're going to take the 10 and divide it by 80. And that's 1 over 8. Okay, last one. The probability of white chocolate or black chocolate. So white or black. Do you remember from Tuesday about the or? What it means if it's or. Let's see who can post that one correctly. That's the union, you're right. Okay, so we're going to take the 24 plus the 26 plus 10. So those who like only brown chocolate, those who like both, and those who like white chocolate, divided by 80. Okay, and simplified fraction, 3 over 4. Excellent. Well done, everyone. Okay, so that was our warm-up. Let's see what is next. Okay, I think we're ready. I think we can do this. Let's see. Right, I'm going to give you some time again to read the question. Go back up. Okay, 20 seconds. Canva, take a quick screenshot. Okay, there we go. Right, and let's change our emoji. Let's make it a flower. If you're done reading, post your flower in the chat. I really like all these flowers coming in. It does make it feel a little bit like spring. Okay. Right. Let's start. So 110 teenagers indicated which types of sport they enjoy watching. 70 liked soccer, 32 like athletics, 63 like tennis, 50 like soccer and tennis, 22 like athletics and tennis, 12 like all three, and 24 don't like watching any of these sports. Okay, so our first question is, this is a big question, but I think you guys can do it. I think you're up for it. And how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay, so that's how we're going to do this question. We're going to do it one step at a time. And I'm going to help you. Okay, so we're obviously going to have 3 circles, right? Because there are 3 events. There's soccer, athletics, and tennis. Okay, so let's all start by just drawing our sample space. And make sure that you have a nice big space to fit all your circles and all your unknowns and things into it. Okay, so let's also just straight away put down our circles. And we know there's going to be intersection because we've already read that 22 like athletics and tennis, 12 like all 3, 50 like soccer and tennis. So there is overlap. There is intersection. That's our big proper probability word. Okay, let's label them. I'm going to call this soccer, athletics, and tennis. And it's a good idea to also, in a little bracket, yeah, but I really want them to be the same size, but I can't get them to. Anyway, and now I'm going to be even more OCD and ask everyone to put in brackets that the soccer is 70, athletics is 32, in a little bracket so that you don't have to keep looking back and reading the information. Okay, now you know. So when we tackle a question like this, does anyone know which is the first thing we look for? Which is the first thing we look for? In a Venn diagram question where there's more than one event and there's lots of intersections. Those who like neither, right? And the intersection. Nice, I agree. So let's deal with the 24 people who don't like watching any of these sports. Okay, so let's put them outside the circle. So that's the 24 over here. And once you have dealt with that number, or once you've put that into your Venn diagram, just tick it. Then you know, okay, I've thought about that. That's done. Yeah, that's right, Bonkley. We are going to indicate we're going to indicate those who don't like neither. Okay. And then someone else said, let's do the intersection as well. So let's go and put down the number where 12 people like all 3 types of sport. So let's put that down there. All 3 types. So that's where all 3 are going to intersect. Come on. Okay, so we can tick that one as well. Right, so let's start and do all the other intersections. Now let's look for soccer and tennis, athletics and tennis, and so on. So soccer and tennis, now's the easy part. Yes, Boniwe, the 110. Okay, so 50 like soccer and tennis. So how are we going to break up that 50? Because remember, the soccer and tennis, the way you must read the question is that that includes the people who like soccer and tennis, everyone who likes soccer and tennis. We're not going to divide by 2 because we don't know that they like them in even parts. No. Does anyone know? 50 minus 12. Nice, Kamogelo. I agree with that. So to get those people who only like soccer and tennis, we make this 38. And I'm just going to write here soccer and tennis. We calculate that by going the number of people who like them both, and we subtract the 12 who like the athletics as well. Okay, put a thumbs up in the chat if you understand that. Thumbs up. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so I want you to now go ahead and on your own populate tennis only and athletics and tennis. This one and this one. Only tennis. I would say do athletics and tennis first. Put it in the chat if you know how many people like athletics and tennis only. Nice, that's it. We go 22 minus 12, that gives me 10. Which leaves us with how many people who like tennis only? Only 3, that's right. Okay, and now double check that your tennis circle adds up to 63. 38 plus 12 plus 10 plus 3. Okay, thumbs up if it does. It does, ma'am. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, so we are now done with all things tennis. So we can tick the tennis, athletics, and tennis, all done. So all we have left now to figure out is the soccer and the athletics. Soccer and athletics. What is our problem though? What don't we know? If we want to follow that same thinking now of subtracting like we did, what is different here? What is missing? Which part of the information don't we know? The intersection of S and A. That's it. So if we don't know that intersection, we are going to make that equal to X. And before we can do much more, we're going to have to solve for X. Okay. So those who like soccer only, and I'm going to just calculate it here at the bottom. So Canva, the 3 comes from taking 63 people who like tennis and subtracting 38, 12, and 10 from it. That gives you the 3. So for soccer only, we are going to have to take the 70 minus 38 minus 12 minus X. And that gives me 20 minus X. Okay. And then for athletics only, we need to do the same. So athletics only is 52 minus 12 minus 10 is equal to X. Sorry, minus X. And that gives me 10 minus X as well. Okay. Yeah, but Shiraj, you subtract from the 70 the 38 and the 12, and the x. So that leaves you with 20 minus x. Okay, let's see how you're all doing. Can I get some thumbs up in the chat? How are we doing, Watobians? If you're not sure, pop a question in the chat to myself or to Miss Coco. Good stuff. Okay, good. Now let's go ahead and solve for x. Does anyone know how we're going to do that? Okay, let's deal with some questions quickly. So Kloklo is asking, ma'am, how did you get the 3? Guys, the 3 comes from tennis. All the people who like tennis, that must add up to 63. And we worked out the 38 and the 12 and the 10. So if you go 63 minus 38 minus 12 minus 10, you get 3. That's where the 3 comes from. The number of people who only like tennis. Okay, Bridget, I think just ask a question a little bit more specifically so that we can try and help you with whatever it is that you're lost. If you're saying you're lost, it's a bit difficult to know where to start to help you. Yes, we are going to not subtract everything, but add everything together. And that needs to be equal to 110. Right, Canva's got a question. He's got his hand up. Gone. Canva, where did you go? Okay. Okay, guys, so just like in the previous question, we're going to make an equation to solve for our x in this one as well. Oh, I was going to answer, ma. You can't unmute.
That's me, Miss Marlies. If you put your hand up, Canva will be able to unmute you.
Oh, okay. Canva, you can just put your hand up again and then Ms. Coco will unmute you.
Yes, it works now, ma'am.
Yes, yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. I was going to answer, ma'am. Can I still answer, ma'am?
Yeah.
So, ma'am, you say 24. You say 24 plus 20 minus x plus x plus 10 minus x equals to x, ma'am. Equals to 110, ma'am.
Yeah, but you have to take all the numbers, eh? So you have to take the 24, the 20 minus x, the 10 minus x, and then the 63 that has to do with tennis, and put all of that equal to 110. So we're going to make one big equation.
As well.
Okay, but you're on the right track. Good stuff. Okay, let's see. So we're going to go 20 minus x plus 38 plus 12 plus 10 minus x plus, I'm just going to erase this to make some space, plus 10 minus x, where was I? Plus 10 plus 3 plus 24 is equal to 110. Okay, so we need to add all of that up. I see some of you have solved for it already. Come, everybody, let's make our equation, and now we're going to solve for x. Yenzi's solved already. I'm not sure if that's right. We're going to wait a little while. I want all Watobians to try, please. So this is going to be our equation. The logic behind it is that you take everything, and it must add up to your total, 210. Okay, so everyone try. Pop it in the chat when you've got it. Yes, Shiraz? You said, ma'am. I think you must check again. Oh, sorry. No, I don't want to give it away yet. I want everyone to try first, okay? Otherwise, people just, I want everyone to see if they can get an answer here for X. I'm going to give it 1 more minute. All good, Shiraz, don't worry. Okay, so we add all our numbers together. You should get 117. And then we subtract 117 on both sides and we get -7. And we divide by -1 and X is 7. Okay, lots of you got it. Well done. Excellent. Good stuff. Okay. Right. So how much time do we have left? Let's see if we can do 1 or 2 more questions in the little bit of time we've got left. Okay, so now we're going to actually fill in our numbers. So we know that this X must be 7. Yes. Ask your question. Is it Chinamiran? I think you're going to have to tell me how to pronounce that. But you can ask your question. Chinamiran, is that it? Okay, guys, remember, be quick with your questions, eh? If your hand's up and I give you the go ahead, then please go ahead and ask. Okay, I'm not sure. Maybe they can't hear me or they can't. Miss Coco, can you unmute? Maybe that's why, because people seem not to be able to unmute.
No, it should be fine, but she put a question in the chat.
Oh, is there like a different, faster way to solve the equation? Not that I can think of. I don't know if anyone else can. Miss Coco, can you think of another way?
Not particularly.
No, not really. Okay, so now that we've got our numbers in, we can start working out our probabilities. So pop it in the chat, question 2A. The probability of randomly picking someone who likes tennis. Monica. Randomly liking tennis. Okay, guys, so not just tennis. They like tennis. So it's everyone who likes tennis. It's not just 3 people. Everyone who likes tennis. Yes, Amakle, but it's a probability, remember? So we do 63 over 110. That's everyone who likes tennis. Okay, so that's how you must read the question. Everyone who likes tennis. Then the probability of randomly picking someone who only likes soccer. Okay, so read it carefully. Only soccer. Guys, 110 is how many people are in our sample. So that's why we divide by 110. Only soccer. Who's got that one? Who's getting gold star for that? Not 70. 70 is not our total. It's 110. Good job. Now I'm writing 17 instead of writing the wrong thing here. 13 people only like soccer. 13 out of the 110. Okay. So what does PS stand for? The probability of someone liking soccer. So what is the probability of someone liking soccer? Now you're looking at everyone who likes soccer. Only soccer is 13 out of 110. But soccer, everyone who likes soccer, that is 70 divided by 110, which we need to simplify, guys. Simplify your fractions. 70 over 110 needs to be simplified to 7 over 11. Okay, now what is the probability of not liking soccer? We did not on Tuesday as well. So if you're not liking soccer, you're liking everything else, or you're not liking something. So let's look what that is. The quickest, easiest way is to go, everyone, since the probability of liking soccer is 7 out of 11, we can just go 1 minus 7 out of 11 to get those who do not like, or the probability of not liking soccer. And some of you got that right. Well done. That's 4 out of 11. Or 40 out of 10, that's fine. You can do that as well. But you 40 out of 110, but you had to simplify your fractions. Okay. Last 2 questions before we're going to do our quiz. Just going to create some more space here. You can remember about the and the or. The and, the magnet, and the or from Tuesday. So the probability of soccer or athletics. Can you remember? Good stuff, Monica. What is the probability of liking soccer or athletics? Everything that's in soccer, that's the union, yes, of soccer and athletics. So what are we looking at? 83 over 110. I agree. Nice, Boniwe. That's very good. Yes, because we are going to look at all the numbers in soccer and everything in athletics. So that is 70 plus 10 plus 3. So that's 83 over 110. Okay, good job. And then lastly, soccer and athletics. Soccer and athletics. So now we are looking at the intersection, soccer and athletics. Some of you are saying 19 out of 110. I totally agree with you. Soccer and athletics is the 7 plus the 12. 7 plus 12 divided by 110 is 19 over 110. Okay. We did it. We got through that. Well done. That was very good, guys. This is your grade 10 probability, and I think you are well on your way to conquering it. Well done. I'm going to leave it there. Nice smiles from Canva. Well done. And I'm going to hand over to Ms. Coco. Amakle, quickly, the 7 and the 12, where the overlap is, remember, and has to do with the overlap. So we are looking here. I'll highlight it. 7 plus 12 is 19.